Example 4. Cosecant theta minus cotangent squared theta over cosecant theta. Let's see. Well, we have one term on the left here that has no denominator, so we could put that over a denominator of 1. And if I really wanted to, I could multiply the numerator and denominator on the left by cosecant so that I could have a common denominator. So this would become cosecant squared theta over cosecant theta minus cotangent squared theta over cosecant theta. And now that I have a common denominator, I can combine these into one term. Cosecant squared theta minus cotangent squared theta over cosecant theta. So that is the first step so far. Now let's go ahead and look at our identities and see if we can condense this any more. I do see in my identities that there's this cotangent squared theta plus 1 equals cosecant squared theta. And that uses both the cosecant and the cotangent. So cotangent squared theta plus 1 equals cosecant squared theta. But I need the cosecant and the cotangent together, but that would work if I subtracted cotangent from both sides. So this would become 1 equals cosecant squared theta minus cotangent squared theta, which is exactly what I have here on the numerator. So I can just replace that whole numerator with a 1. And then in my reciprocal identities, 1 over cosecant theta is sine. So this just becomes sine theta. It's pretty cool once we get that far to realize that all of this mess up here that we started with ends up to just be as simple as sine theta once we clean it all up.